Hi there guys, just giving a quick bit of setup here while I wait for our fighters. Today we are hosting at the Forest of the Fallen Giants in the Pursuer's platform. I summoned a number of fams, so they should be here quite shortly. Oh, yep, there they are. Okay, so, let's get started. Up first we have I'm Hexie versus... Actually, I don't remember his name because it's been a while. So, Hexie is using the Katarina armor, the Staff of Wisdom, it looks like. No, that's the Sun Staff. And a dark buffed stock, it looks like. His opponent has yet to be hit, so we can't see his name, is using a Llewellyn shield, a bandit axe, and some fashion set that looks like Dingy. It is Punchy, that's who we're fighting. Looks to be wearing the Dingy mask, and I can't place the boots off the Phantom. Oh, there goes Hexie. On to the next fight, we have Punchy against... Oop, that looks like someone's lagging a little bit here. Definitely lagging here. Definitely. So, his opponent is using a Whip and Pyromancy against Punchy using the Gurm Great Axe of the... Whoa! That's what I call... Okay, someone's clearly lagging. Vea is his opponent. Oh, there goes Punchy. And I'm sorry, but this is one of those moments where I just have to say, we are sorry for you. Okay, we have Kira versus Hexie. Starting off with an affinity cast and a please forgive me for using my dark buff. Kira is a white phantom and looks to be using a dark buffed... Is that a Chaos Blade? Can't tell. He'd have to lose health for me to be able to tell. Hi. I almost missed the part there. We're on to the next fight against Angry Kiwi. Against, I believe this is Vea. Yes, V-I-E-A. Kiwi is using a Watcher Sword. Ooh, that was a good trade between Combustion and Watchers. Looks like he's magic buffed it. He's wearing the North Warder set. They're mostly circling each other, trying to catch each other out just like that. Now we've got Giusto against Punchy again, I believe. It's going to take me a bit to get these guys' names all matched up here. But Giusto is using the Black Knight Greatsword, it looks like. Yeah, it's Punchy. And is wearing some fashionable attire in the name of... Oh man, I forgot his name. Well, back to the fight. Punchy and Giusto. Giusto trying to nail him off with the throwing dagger, and a interesting trade on a jumping attack there and a running attack. A cross backstep through the dagger. And there goes Punchy. Onto Kira and Hexie, now using the Vangarl's Helm and Mirror Knight setup. Still using his stock though. Kira punching him for the rolls badly. Throwing off Dark Fog, and this is part where I have to say, I can't really tell what's going on right now. Thank you very much for making that hard to see. But he's clearly trying to poison him. Hexie lands a backstab, but since he's in the fog, he's now been poisoned. And he's going to run away, and yep, there's the Poison Moss. Somehow just barely out of the range of that katana. A missed orb there. Ooh, good shot. So now we're back to the North Warder set of Angry Kiwi and his Watcher Sword. I believe we're fighting Vea again. Nope, Vistuous. This is the first appearance of him in this fight club. We had a number of people show up to this club today. Ooh! There goes that combo. Ring attack trade into a not quite proper timed second stab attack. Gets him backstabbed for that. We're facing off with Kira and Punchy here. Kira tries to bait him into a scraps of life and fails. Some backstep action there. Cross pokes. Looks like Punchy is using the Lois Greatsword at this point. And all I have to say at this point is... Had he been red, I would have just got damaged bad. That hit me right in the face. And there goes Kira. On to Giusto versus Angry Kiwi. Which is very interesting because they're both using greatswords. The Black Knight Greatsword has a slight bit more length than the Watcher Greatsword though, but the Watcher has magic. and Giusto is not using a high magic resistance set. The North Warder set has decent fire resistance, though, so he's not taking too much extra damage from that sword's extra element. So now we're playing mind games and circling each other. Oop, we get a backstab. As you can see from this part, I've been cutting out most of the walk-around portions of the mind games. There were a lot of fights in here, and it was very hard to fit most of them. So, moving on towards the end of the fight now, Giusto tries to do a fake out into a parry and misses. We're now against Punchy and Virtuous, I believe, or Vistuos. Vea, actually. Too many V's in this one. Trading off with some pyromancy. They're trying to bait each other out there. Punchy gets some good hits off on his stock, running attacks and R2s. Tries to backstep the rolling attack and misses. So now they're going to be focusing around each other again. Throws a throwing dagger and baited fire whip that misses into a rolling spear attack. As you can see, they're both pretty much trying to play iframe games at this point. They both have spears out and are trying to catch each other. Well, there you go. On to the next fight. It is Hexie against Kiwi. Hexie has now switched out his staff over to a Watcher Shield. Attempts to make parry and misses. Ends up getting punished in the butt. Back to the circle, strafing and rolling as we wait for our stamina to regenerate. Tries to go for a parry on the running attack he thought was coming, and it does not come. Gets punished again by the rolling attack. He pulls out his staff for some Dark Fog. Hi! Camera bomb. For some Dark Fog action, and gets hit in the butt. Next up is Kira. Whoa! I think I just kicked my subwoofer. Kira against Vea. Using his Bandit Axe and Pyromancy. Good fireball on his point there. Kira pulls out his Sanctum Crossbow for some dark shots. Doesn't quite land him at that point. Trying to get him out. Throws a fireball. If he had tried to fire a shot at that point, he would have died. Throwing dagger for the win. Angry Kiwi against Giusto again. Straight into a backstab. Failed parries. They're very bad for both players. Some backstep action going on there and some rolls. A good trade-off. You see, when you're facing two greatswords against each other, they're pretty much going to be trying to roll around each other a lot. Ooh, good catch on that jump attack. They're going to try and roll around each other to try and use their rolling attacks to get more damage because of the circle arcs for them. Very near miss by that point. Some backsteps trying to avoid those extra sweeps, but doesn't pace himself right. Oh, there goes Kiwi. A missed fireball. We have a new arrival to the Fight Club at this point. It's Giusto versus, I'll tell you who his name is once I see it. The Patoon, or Patouine. Can't quite tell because the text is too small. So he is using a lightning buff to stock and the Ring of the Living in all actuality. It looks like he's wearing mannequin boots, shadow top, Mira mask, and I can't quite make out his gloves. He's got a buckler on, though. And there he goes. Now, we've got ourselves a 2v2, and I must say, this was much harder to organize than it was in the first one. In the first Fight Club, we only had 6 people, and they were all in the Steam chat. This one, we've got a couple people who aren't, and it's very difficult to communicate to people who aren't in a text-to-speech. So let's see, Kira seems to be picking Angry Kiwi as his target, and Giusto is picking Punchy. Angry Kiwi is low on health there, and oh! An amazing shot right there by Kira. Nailing both Punchy and Angry Kiwi. Angry Kiwi is in a very bad position. Well, he's dead. Punchy's the one in the bad position, as he is now in a very, very bad 2v1. Goes for the parry, misses it, that's the end of him. Kira versus Patouine here. Goes for a combustion trick, goes for a punch, doesn't get it. Ends up getting a lunging attack instead. Ooh, that's why you do not want to trade with a katana. He pulls out the Sanctum Crossbow for some cheap damage and or a cheap win at this point. Patouine's not having anything to do with it, though. Although, clearly, they don't have anything to do with the Fight Club at this point. They are both disqualified from that fight. On to Vea versus Giusto, with a Dragon Slayer Crescent Axe and Pyromancy. The Dragon Slayer Axe has a different moveset from the Bandit Axe and is the upward cut of the mace, which is a delayed swing, making it very good for catching incoming rolls. Those were not good trades on Vea's part. Trying to get some combustion action right there. Doesn't quite get it. Goes for a fake out pyromancy. And does not get what he goes for. Now we're up against Hexie and Giusto. Hexie using his... looks like a rapier this time. To Giusto's... looks like a wing spear, actually. Going for those pokes. He's also got a Shadow Dagger in his offhand for quick follow-up attacks. Seems like he's using them to interrupt Hexie's attempted counterattack. Persuin versus Vea at this point. Kira getting summoned out due to a timeout. That might be the Lois Greatsword, actually, because of the movie did. He's got a warped sword on his backhand, too. Some pyromancy eats a throwing knife for his trouble. Got some rolling games. And looks like they're trying each other with some backstep action. Oh, and there is the parry! Boom! For the win. Now we've got Giusto versus Angry Kiwi as Hexie and Kira make their way back into the arena from being resummoned. Kiwi here is not doing too good as he already took one hit prior to this cut, but as you can see, Giusto is lagging a bit because he's suddenly lost 80% of his health. Next up is Punchy and Vea. That was actually a very quick fight between Hexie and Giusto. Punchy is still using his longsword combo with the Llewellyn shield, Vea relying on the lightning buff Dragon Crescent Axe, and looks like Miracles this time around instead of Pyromancy. Fairly versatile build at that point. Goes for the parry on the running attack and misses it into Emit Force, a spell you do not see used very often. Vea goes for the block and counter sweep, misses it, goes for the roll. You can see these are all fairly experienced. Ooh. Well, there goes that parry. Not quite enough to end it, though. As you can see, these players are all fairly well experienced. Goes for the Wake Up Heavenly Thunder, does not make it. These are all fairly experienced people. We're all at least pretty much ranked. Vea looks to be rank 1. Punchy is rank 2. Hexie is, I think, rank 1 as well. I am rank 1 as well, but then again, when you're doing a cosplay series, your wins are going to be destroyed. I don't know where he was aiming on that. That answers where he was aiming on that. Lag is where he was aiming. Now we've got Vea against Punchy, who doesn't seem to want to take anything from his force. Is that Punchy? No, that's not Punchy. That is... oh, Outcry. Now that's a spell you do not see very often. Nails him with it because Outcry is a massive radius. Goes for a Fire Snake combo. Very good choice of usage there. Into a Flame Whip. He's being flashy with the fire. He's got Outcry, Combustion, Fire Whip, Fire Snake, Great Fireball. He's got a lot of pyro in there. He tries to weave around that parry and misses it. Lobs a throwing dagger for some easy damage if he could. Goes for a cancel, misses it. Next up, we've got a new contestant. We've got Mundy in here against Angry Kiwi. Mundy pulling out the dual claws. A very punishing build if you let it punish you. Though it seems somebody is lagging here because they are currently not even aiming at each other. So I feel sorry for Kiwi on that one. Now we've got Victorian against Hexie again. Man, Hexie, you've been changing your outfits a lot in this particular one. There's the Outcry. Ooh, nails him too. Is it going to go into a fire? Yep, there's the Fire Snake. It's a very common combo. I wonder if he's trying to catch people with that. And they're now both very low on health. Hexie going for roll attacks. Victorious going for... ooh, and there they both go. Alrighty. Next up, we actually have me versus Punchy. At this point in the Fight Club, it was difficult to summon people, so it ended up being a 1v1 between me and Punchy. Me, of course, using the Dragon Great Axe Knight Ute build, as I had just previously recorded Blood Brothers Episode 2. Punchy getting caught out very early on by me, a heavy attack that would have been amazing had it actually had the right angle to it. Me taking some very bad damage. Trying to bait him into a swing and missing it. We're pretty much trying to R1 trick each other here. I get him for some good damage, and I'm unfortunately on low health. I miss my roll catch, and he does not fall for my tricks. He seems to have very quickly figured out that I am actually a very, very aggressive baiting player. I commonly will do one attack into another one, and it's the second one I intend to hit. I take a back clip from that attack, and a jumping R2 for the defeat. Very good fight by you, Punchy. Alright, going back on, we have Kira and Persuin, both using Ring of Living as a means of denoting team. They are, in fact, all red phantoms. So they can hit each other. And Persuin actually did right there. Though it appears that they are all lagging quite extremely as we are watching them all skate around ridiculously fast. As you can see, Angry Kiwi also dies over in the corner there. Now I have Kira against Persuin again. Kira going for that Dark Mist Scraps of Life combo, and now I can't see what's happening again. It's one problem with fog-based spells is they make the commentator unable to see anything. Man, he's got a lot of casts of that. Not sure how Persuin got out of not being poisoned at that point. Pulls out the Sanctum Bow, and boop, gets the kill. Now we've got Giusto versus... I feel this is Vea with a Black Knight Halberd. I don't know where that Forbidden Sun was going. I really don't. Vea, I was right. Combustion trick there, misses unfortunately. The trick for him right now is that his halberd has weird spacing, so he's got to make the best use of it. Catches him on the non-sweet spot, and even though he was low on health, he died. This one should be Vea versus... Is this Kiwi, or is it... Victorious, there we go. Or is it Vindictus? I really can't tell. Well, hi, Mr. Hollow. How are you doing? He's just kind of standing there right in the middle of the arena. Give me a quick moment. Alright, there we go. Back to the fight. Vea and Victorious, Vindictus. I don't know. I'm just going to call you everything. Vea is the one that loses, though. Virtuous, they're fighting off against Punchy. I think I've called him 5 different things by this point. Giusto fighting Vic. We'll call him Vic. Chaos Rapier in hand, along with a leather shield versus Giusto using his... Looks like he swapped swords right there. I couldn't tell. He still has his Shadow Dagger in his offhand. Now we've got Punchy with a Mirakumo. Some flashy rolling attacks there. Goes for a backstab, misses it. Ooh, very nice finish on that jumping attack. Got someone playing trick rolls right there with the running attack on the halberd. Going for them counter pokes, but not getting them. That delay made it look like he shoved that sword right up Vea's nose. Oh, it's Hexie again. Man, that's the 4th time you've changed your armor. So you're wearing a Dragon Rider hood and Robes of Judgment. Ooh, that was a really good back attack on that point. So they're playing games, trying to go for the guard break attack, and goes for the spin to win and makes it. Now we've got Vic against Giusto, going for the Outcry and Fire Snake combo. He goes for a parry that doesn't happen. They're both trying to parry each other at this point. I believe Giusto is only using a greatsword, so his two-handed attacks are still parryable. He goes for the roll and ends up rolling right into a fire whip. There we go. Vea now against Vic, using his Chaos Rapier still. Vea is using the Dragon Slayer Spear, it looks like. Has amazing reach for a spear. Not doing too good, though. Gets a little bit of chip damage right there. And there we go. Well, we got Giusto. Okay, apparently that's what his name is. It's very hard to read from far away. He goes for an Outcry riposte combo. Thankfully, Outcry decided to not put a single fire pillar where it had to be. Again, if Good, I wasn't standing at the very edge. I just got a hot set of scales right there. Backstep attacks. Looks like he's using... Ooh, another parry. Whoa! Wow, this is going on long enough. My monitor just turned off. That's going to notice the commentary. Oh, it looks like Pancakes has finally joined the fight. This means we're getting towards the end of the clip here. I actually had to cut a fair amount of fights out, so I'm sorry, Pancakes. But there's your namesake right there, the Pancake with that great club. Ooh, there goes the Pancaker. Bye-bye. Now we have Punchy against Vea again. Or Vi. Running attack into a whip ends up not trading. That bandit axe is amazing for catching rolls. There we go. Pancakes against Punchy. Pancake's already at a severe disadvantage due to his extremely low health. Lives on a magic sliver, gets riposted. Boom. There goes that. And here we all are saying we are so sorry for that. Because it was a very, very quick one. I'm resummoning Vea there. Running around a fair bit trying to resummon people. Here's the final fight of the Fight Club. It's going to be a 4-man free-for-all with myself, Pancakes, Vea, and Punchy. Get a double running attack right there. Get backstabbed by Punchy as his namesake. He punched me right in the tail. I get myself a good damage buff there, and see if I can catch Vea in the back, which I do. Almost get kicked by Punchy right there. Vea's whip interrupts my counterattack to Punchy's jumping attack. Is that Punchy? No, that's Pancakes. I get a little cheap fire damage, but have to roll out of the way, otherwise Punchy would have caught me. Nail Vea right there, nail Pancakes right there too. Had I been a foot to the side, I would have hit Punchy too. Pancakes not in a good straight, ends up eating my attack through the roll. Good hit by Punchy right there, hitting both me and Pancakes. Now it's back to just me and Punchy again. Unfortunately, Punchy, having already faced me, knows that I'm extremely aggressive. So he's probably going to play reactive, and I should have had my shield up there. That might have just cost me this fight. It did. Alright. That's going to be the final clip.